Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. This is Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you exclusive news, breaking the rumors and innuendo, previewing the latest shows, having all our predictions fall through with review shows, and on every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox. I am James J. As always, my co-host Kaliko Yachts.
What up, though?
And coming back for the second week in a row, he's on a streak, Mitch Mayhem.
Headed to the playoffs, baby. What's up, everybody?
And I'm starting the show off addressing some of the issues last week on the show. There were some audio issues. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do about audio issues at this point. I mean, there's 4 guys in 4 different locations. Me and Kaliko, we even talked off air about our Wi-Fi issues and how it's been acting up. As you know, Mitch Mayhem lives in a small Russian village, devoid of any a new technology. And
well, I'm too cheap right now. I'm gonna be upgrading my internet right now. It's only 6 megabytes. So
congratulations! Welcome to the 21st century.
Moving on up.
I would like to address Scooter Dust. Will be joining us later. Hopefully, he is getting his passport so he could get prepared for the G1 next year.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's cool. I would love going to Japan, dude. That'd be awesome.
Fancy.
Yeah. Well, we might be moving the show to Budokan one day. So again, audio issues, Wi-Fi issues. Sometimes there's just nothing you could do about it. But I do apologize to everybody that could not hear us. We try to bring you the best content we can, and if you can't hear us, we're not doing our jobs. The
Agreed.
second issue was about the how the show is formatted. Apparently, when you click a show called Wrestling with Entertainment, you don't know that what we're going to talk about. And
I don't get that one.
I don't either, but
considering we spent 4 weeks talking about the G1, you would think that they would think it's wrestling.
like I said, you got to spell it out for some people. So.
And hopefully I did that at the top of the show.
Exactly, you did a great job. Yep.
Thank you. Third issue was unfortunately background noise. And I will address this. Kaliko has a family that sometimes he needs to be reminded to spend time with.
I don't think that's an issue, to be honest.
He's going to be, because he's either watching wrestling or bullshitting with us. So please don't get Kaliko in trouble with his family. We need him on the show.
And you know what? I'll speak up for him. The best dads find a time to do it all with their son, with their business. So props to Kaliko, dude.
I mean, I try. I mean, considering that my cover photo is my son in a WWE ring,
Well,
I'm slowly bringing him along to this stuff.
Hey, he is a big part of this show, and nobody can deny that.
He's our mascot, exactly.
Yeah, he's the mascot.
The fourth issue with the show, people really had fun shitting on us last week.
Let them shit. Let the diarrhea drip.
Was the logo of the show. You know what? You could say whatever you want about us. You could say anything you want about Mitch Mayhem. We will not care.
Yeah, say it about me, not you.
But
I've got a thicker skin.
When you disparage the good name of Sierra Archer, who made the logo, who is a brilliant artist that I've worked with many times before. You are a fucking asshole.
So what you're saying is it's okay to shit on me, but not your imager making buddy.
Well, yeah. Hey, you were here once.
Okay, all right, you get your pass.
Give him that much.
All right, you got it.
Unloader 86, go fuck yourself, you cocksucking fuckturd.
You just got to deal with trolls how they are sometimes. You can't show any weakness. You just got to, yeah.
Oh, no.
You just got to stand up to them.
Yeah. So,
I mean, didn't Eric Bischoff say controversy creates cash?
Exactly.
Controversy, but not stupidity. Like, they try to bait you into shit, yeah.
And with all the bad stuff out of the way, it's time to go on to the good stuff. And my God, this was a long week of wrestling news.
Whew.
And Mitch Mayhem has it all with the return of the moment of mayhem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Yes, the Mayhem moment, the moment of mayhem, whatever you want to call it, is back. And let's start our news. Oh, my dog wants to join us. Great. Okay. First off, WWE is thinking of canceling 205 Live. Finally, I've been saying they needed to do this for a year and put those guys into NXT.
They should have killed NXT 2 weeks in, honestly.
You mean 205, right? 205, real quick. And potentially adding a third hour to SmackDown when it debuts. So what's our thoughts on that, real quick?
Why don't you go first, Kaliko?
With the NXT thing, I see why they would want to make it 2 hours. Because I see there's a lot of dudes that are like on that show that don't get play.
Oh my God.
Finest, you have like the finest Kona Reeves. You have like the tag team division, other than like the Street Profits and Undisputed Era, they don't really get a lot of shine, so that you don't really get a lot of contention. The same with the women's division too. Like, it's just like there's nothing there. Like,
honestly, you can say that about the whole WWE as a whole, and that's why they're coming out with NXT Great Britain and NXT. I'm hearing possibly NXT Canada is the next.
Oh my God. WWE goes to Canada anyway. Why would Great White not NXT?
Exactly right.
My personal feelings on it is when is too much wrestling, way too much wrestling. And, Raw is 3 hours simply because they pay them a lot of money to be 3 hours. Will it affect my viewing of SmackDown? I don't think so, but it's still another hour of, Raw hasn't done well at 3 hours, so why would I expect SmackDown to be better at 3 hours? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They can't fill 5 hours of content today, let alone 6 hours, adding the next extra hour. Extra 2 hours if you count NXT.
And I can't get through that first set of I just can't do it. That first set of 3 hours, I can't do it.
I think
I'm a huge wrestling fan. Go ahead, sorry.
I get it. I get what y'all saying. I think they're trying to follow the NFL model, where it was like, you remember how NFL used to only be Sundays and Mondays?
Yeah, here, go ahead.
Sunday, Thursdays, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to do it's basically like they're trying to keep their product in rotation 365. But the problem is that WWE doesn't have an off season. So I can see if they had an off season, that would be a good like feedback to go that route. But the fact that they don't have an off season, it could like oversaturate.
Real quick, their corporate structure does matter into this, because with the fact that, in the past they were at 2 hours, and you could tell that was about you need a 2 hour show. That's about the right amount, especially with this big of a roster. You need to find stuff for as many people to do as you can. But when you try to cram that much into that little of a time, and it's done not because it's what's good, it's not what's best. It's done because that's what makes the money. That's what the corporate people want. That's what it will help the residuals on the stock. So I'm just being honest. That's what they think of as to why they're not thinking about good wrestling. So that's a conflict of business and quality control. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, and you said it's hard to get through a 3-hour Raw. I don't watch Raw
Oh my God.
live anymore. I
have to watch the clips. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of why the 24/7 championship is working so well, because you watch like a 2-minute YouTube video and you're caught up.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it is getting a little silly, like way silly, and they all of a sudden just decided to change the rules because Elias was the champion and suspend the 24/7 rule. What? I thought that was the whole point of the title.
Well, no, I kind of get it. If you have a match that you have to prepare for, then
why call it the 24/7 title if it's not 24/7?
Well, see, that's where you missed it, because they actually had a sanctioned match for the title. It was R-Truth versus Drake Maverick, and what they were saying was when the match is a sanctioned match, the 24/7 rule does. Like that's what
I didn't miss that. Okay.
And they had the Lumberjacks around. And the problem was, as soon as the match ended, the 24/7 rule went into effect.
But wait, that's Drake and R-Truth. But so you're saying when Elias got it, he suspended? Okay.
No. Like whenever there's a actual match.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay.
That's when it's only suspended. It's only suspended in the sanctioned match sake. Not.
I get exactly what you're saying. Okay.
So that's where.
Gotcha.
And it does make sense. With the a lot of the stupidity WWE does around here, when you say, well, that didn't make sense, that actually does make sense. And I'm kind of glad that they put some structure into it.
It was getting silly to where the title was changing like 8 times a show, and like 2 or 3 women would carry it. Yeah, it was getting silly. Like there was no legitimacy to it. But there was no legitimacy to it.
There's no legitimacy to any of the titles.
A pregnant woman.
And she was over as champion, and you can't tell.
I know she was. No, you're right. She was. Because of what she did to poor Mike Kanellis. They literally neutered that poor guy on national TV. Oh my God.
But did you see the following week?
Yeah, it's even worse. I was like, oh my God.
A point, so that's why I like it. Like, if anything, that title, if anybody legitimizes it, it's R-Truth. R-Truth are the legitimizers of the title, because
R-Truth is. You're right.
They're on this forever Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner race, and everyone else is just the in-betweeners.
But you know what? I gotta give it to Mike Bennett, because you gotta be really fucking secure with yourself to be okay with that.
And I would go as far to say R-Truth and Drake Maverick are probably the 2 most over people in WWE right now. Maybe just under Becky Lynch, but that's
I don't know. I don't know about in a whole, but real quick, out of nowhere, Drake Maverick from out of nowhere, like Randy Orton, baby. Like, we loved him in TNA, and it was about time he got his turn to do something. But I didn't think it'd be coming in this structure. But I'm glad it is, because he's such a good comic foil. He's such a good, in that role. I love him.
And
I agree.
It's funny you say that, because I hated Rockstar Spud. And I
loved Rockstar. I hated Grado. Oh, I hated Grado. Oh! I'm so glad he doesn't wrestle anymore, but sorry, go ahead.
Does that mean you hate Just Like a Prayer by Madonna as well?
Yo, I hate all Madonna's shit.
Okay, then.
No, I didn't know. I heard you say Madonna, so I'm assuming you meant the singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Madonna.
Okay, then. Okay, Mitch. What's your next piece of news?
Oh, we having a good time here tonight. All right. One little add-on to that last story. rumors are that the old SmackDown set with the huge fist looks to be making a comeback with a modern upgrade.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is just awesome.
And it seems like it's going to be in the upcoming 2K20 video game.
That's even cooler.
Yep.
That's even better. So I got to go get my pre-order then.
I saw the screenshot of the new revamped arena. Yeah.
Cool.
So, all right, moving on.
I think.
All right.
I think.
Go ahead.
That big fist going through. I think that's the most recognizable SmackDown. Well, really any.
Yeah.
WWE set.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
By far. Yep. It was the very first SmackDown set. So.
No,
Yeah,
that was the second or third, I believe.
I thought it was the first. We can check that later.
The first one was the hoops.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right. Okay, you're right. You got me. Yep.
Okay, Mitch,
the ovals. Yeah.
Mitch, do not question me on my set design knowledge, because I know all those sets
Okay,
before they
take
went to
it.
shit.
Do not
Gotcha.
my authority. That's basically what he's on.
Exactly, my authority.
You know your shapes. Okay. All right, going on. Rusev speaking out on Twitter and social media about his contract expiring soon. People, before he said anything, there was a message saying, "Oh, I wonder what if he knows what his next move is going to be." And he texted, "Oh, I know what my next move is going to be." He shaved off his hair and his beard, so he doesn't look TV ready at all. So, what does the future hold for the for Rusev? I was gonna call him the Brute, but who knows what they'll call him in AEW.
Bulgarian Brute. Yeah, he won't be Rusev. He
won't be he won't be a Bulgarian Brute either because he's a Nashvilleian. he considers himself more Nashville than Bulgaria.
He'll change his name to Mashka or some shit.
Right.
Fucking. But yeah, we already saw this coming. But I think like they dropped the ball with him when Rusev Day was over. Like that shit, he should have been champ by then.
I'll be honest with you. Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, he should have been champ then, and that's all I was gonna say.
Or at least on the main event spectrum, at the very least.
Yeah, for him to get one title match, I think that was like.
That was a cup of coffee and bye. That was nothing. That was disrespectful. But
so I'm gonna disagree with you, both of you guys, and I'm going to say that Rusev wasn't as.
I didn't get to say my opinion, but go ahead. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
It's okay. It's okay. I do it so.
Rusev Day was ever really that over. I think.
What?
What? No, let me finish. Aiden English is what made Rusev Day over.
Oh my God, bro! Shut the fuck up.
And once he kicked Aiden English
fuck
out,
Aiden English.
It was no longer over. So
Aiden English he sucks, dude. No. He was annoying as shit to me. I couldn't deal with his singing. Rusev Day. That was dumb. I didn't like that. So I thought that was the corny part of it, honestly.
Well, when he wasn't with Rusev, then it kind of just died. Rusev Day.
But that's because WWE just basically shat on it and wanted it to die and wanted him to die. It was done intentionally.
I get that, but, if he was... Honestly, I'm not a big Rusev fan.
Okay, but you can't do anything in WWE if the guy running this damn thing isn't behind you. Like, okay, what I was going to say is, when I first, truly noticed Rusev, I didn't think I liked him. Then I saw him at WrestleMania 31 come out of that freaking take, and I thought he was a badass. It's things like that can change a person's, how they look at someone like that. It's just putting them in the right light and letting them do their thing and, be immersive and show the person that they truly are. Because once Rusev got not only the heel, part of that, but, the Rusev Day with the face, he was able to show his personality. And I think a lot of people were drawn to him through that.
So, do
you agree or disagree? Or Coleco, you both?
I would go I'll put it this way: Rusev and Bray Wyatt have two things in common. One thing in common: they both fell to that John Cena effect. Like John Cena
there's
was like
a lot more than two.
well,
but go ahead.
more than two, but that WrestleMania effect and that huge drop off, both like are now in prominence. But
I don't think that's a Cena thing so much as it's a Vince McMahon in his head thing. That's what Vince sees in his head.
No, I was thinking more or less like after doing a program with someone of that caliber, it's a huge drop off. You see what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
It kind of makes him have to start over. And Bray, although he got the title, to me, and I liked him with the title, it didn't feel as great as it should have been had he got the win over Cena at 30, or had Rusev got the win over Cena at 31.
Go ahead, sorry.
It goes to me in the sense that the only difference is Bray continued to work and hone in on his work. And Rusev, as he got over, and I give you the props on that. I give you props that the machine does not like when you get over by yourself.
It tries to get at you and like make you pay for doing that, in fact.
Right. And I get Jay's point, but Aiden English made that shit pop. Rusev Day.
Nah, I don't think so.
I love that shit. He was
to me, that was the annoying part of it. That was the annoying part of it to me.
That was the best part.
No. Not to me. So everyone's got their own thing, that's just my thing. I didn't like it.
And Kaliko, it was interesting you said the John Cena effect. And one of the things I was thinking about was, did Rusev fall victim of the Mark Mero effect, where his wife was more over than he was?
Ooh, good point, though. I don't know about more over, but yeah.
I don't think so, because what happened was they were planning on putting
more for Lana than Rusev before the whole Rusev thing came out.
They do that with women if they're men, you know what I mean?
Well, they were going that route, but once the news came out that they were engaged, they had the Ixnay on the program. So,
real quick, I was going to say, what you were talking about, like how you wished they put the title on Bray and Rusev when they were hottest. That title doesn't carry the weight it used to over 5 years ago. It just doesn't. So if you put the belt on them,
10 years ago.
You know what I mean. I said at least 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't carry half as much weight as beating a John Cena does. Or beating a now Roman Reigns does. You know what I mean? Or how about this? Buddy Murphy beating Daniel Bryan. That was great. And I know that was Daniel Bryan's brainchild. I know it was.
But see, my thing is this. I can name two people that didn't fall to the John Cena effect post 2010, and their names are CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns. And all of them went on to become like
it all had different ways to it. One kisses ass, one is like so good they let him be, and the other has left the company altogether. So,
but my point is, they all went on to become the franchise of the company.
I get what you're saying, right?
Because the WWE, and this is what I was telling Jay like weeks ago, the WWE no longer has like this face of the company. I look at it more like the Super Friends. It looks more like the Super Friends of wrestling.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a group. There's a group.
It's a big-ass group.
You're right.
The buffet.
It's not like a clique, but it's a group of them.
Right. So, like, that thing kind of faded. But those two dudes could have been elevated in that echelon to be seen seriously. Because now you got no contenders to where you're having to call back Brock Lesnar just for a SummerSlam match because you don't believe in the contenders that you have. You see
and I agree with you, and I would put two other people in there. I don't care. Shinsuke Nakamura, and obviously AJ Styles. I don't think I have to say that. But Shinsuke Nakamura, and why the hell is Samoa Joe? If you're talking about Bray Wyatt and Rusev, Joe's gotta be in that. He is one of the best. I think they're dropping the ball if they don't start to move him towards the main event soon. I think they're going to be pushing him up. I don't know. They dropped the ball before, so.
And it seems like they're doing a little bit more with Nakamura. They paired him with Ziggler.
So. Yeah, IC title.
Maybe something will come of that. And Samoa Joe, he didn't wrestle John Cena that I'm aware of.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Who?
John Cena.
Who?
But
Yeah, who are you talking about? No, I mean, who are you? Samoa Joe. Oh.
Joe.
I could have sworn he did.
No, Samoa Joe.
Yeah, he did.
Back in...
I thought he did.
Back in XCW in California, he did, but...
Yeah,
not in WWE. Okay, no, I believe you. I just, because it's something in my head, I see Joe and Cena facing off. I don't know.
But I can say personally...
Maybe that's just well wishes, what I hope.
But personally, I don't think they took Joe seriously until, like, they saw how over he was after the Brock match.
But how about all the people like us that did see Joe seriously and were saying, dude, take Joe seriously? They didn't listen to us.
I'm talking about, like, Vince. Vince didn't see Joe like that till...
That's what I'm saying. And we're supposed to be... We're the audience. We're supposed to be the barometer. You know what I'm saying?
I think
they don't care about the barometer.
Exactly.
I think...
they should, though.
I think Vince McMahon is kind of realizing what he has with Samoa Joe. Because he is more involved in, like, storylines.
Honestly, I think it's other people in the company, like the Triple H and others, are saying, dude, this guy's got the goods. Go with him.
But he would be in main events with Kofi Kingston if McMahon didn't say, all right, or SummerSlam from last year.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
True. I mean, and
but
Paul
he
Heyman's
keeps losing. He loses. If he ever gets there, he loses. No one can believe he will ever win a main event because he's been put in, like 5 or 6 of them and lost all of them?
But
pretty convincingly.
Win, there's going to be a loud fucking pop.
But then if he's a heel, but that makes no sense if he wins when he's a heel, because it's kind of counterproductive. Unless he's a face.
I think they're going with that gray area character now.
I don't know if that works right now. I mean, it works for me, but I don't know if it works for them, like in their creative control. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's true because WWE in itself is a face company, so
right.
I get it.
They don't know handle. Austin had to make himself and then put parameters on Vince to not ruin it for him.
Before we move on to the next subject, I would like to say, to Kaliko's point, you know what's the Super Friends, everybody, it's kind of one face, no one single person greater than WWE. When Stone Cold came out on Raw Reunion, it was Stone Cold and then everybody else below him. So if they find out,
that was the late '80s. I mean, late '90s.
If they find out 1 in a million guy, then they're gonna be just fine.
But here's why I think they don't want to do it, because their last 2 guys that they did that to, i.e., The Rock and Cena, actually got to a point where they got opportunities to where they became bigger than the company. And that's where I think that they're going to allow people to be great, but only to a certain point.
Yeah, I hear you there.
All right, what's your next piece of news, Mitch Mayhem?
Okay, real quick, let's go to this. Will Ospreay re-signs a 5-year deal with NJPW, just to get that out of the way.
Well, that's no surprise. He bought a fucking house there.
I know. Just wanted to report it.
I just hope his ass sticks to a weight class.
Right. Along with him, Ivelisse and Jazz signed with AEW. I didn't think that was news. I just want to put that in there at the end of it.
The bitch is back.
Ivelisse, if people knew Ivelisse is in Lucha Underground, I loved Ivelisse, and I'm glad
she was on the. She was on the NXT too.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was. Like,
no, Ivelisse was in Tough Enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Stone Cold.
The reality.
But in 2010, the Stone Cold one.
Yeah, the same shit. It's all the same thing.
Well, I'm just telling you which one she was on. Okay.
I'm excited for Jazz coming back.
I love Jazz. She didn't get she didn't get the opportunity she should have gotten, because in her time frame they didn't have many women to go with her. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like
so. That's what I say about Natalia. But Jazz, it's crazy with Jazz because I looked at Jazz because she was the NWA Women's Champ, and then she was supposed to wrestle Allison Kay. She dropped the title like mysterious.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I didn't know why she dropped it.
That's probably why, because I heard that they tried to get Magnus to do the same thing, and you know what I mean, Nick Aldis, and to like, if not give back the title, like do very limited stuff for them, if nothing at all anymore, like within a month. So he didn't want to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Because that was like the confusing part. Because I was looking forward to a Jazz AK-47.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Dope.
So, okay, real quick, Rollins and Becky Lynch have engaged each other.
Damn.
And let the social justice warriors and all those people go nuts or be happy or whatever they want to be. I don't care. Let them do their life. Yeah.
That's great for them. I wonder what state they're going to get married in, because, gay marriage isn't accepted in every state.
Oh, burn. Oh. Well, we know who's going to wear the pants in that family.
They might go to Ireland to get married. The gay marriage is allowed in Europe. So
yeah, she's got the bollocks for sure.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to wear the dress as well.
Oh, okay, man.
Who's going to be the bridesmaid? That's what you.
Now you got me picturing Seth Rollins in a dress.
So that means Seth Rollins is picking his maid of honor.
Roman Reigns, obviously.
Oh God, that's even worse to see him in a dress. Okay, Braun Strowman in a dress. That would be the ultimate eye killer. Okay.
Okay, that is definitely
All right. Vince McMahon telling insiders, this is just a rumor and hyperbole, obviously, telling insiders in the WWE that if the WWE is doing well by the time of XFL launch, that the 3 or so months that first season happens, he may step away, semi-step away to oversee XFL fully. I think that's bullshit, but it's being talked about.
I was just going to say, bull fucking shit.
So you think it's like, pry this from my cold dead hands kind of thing?
Exactly. You're going to see his Triple H and Stephanie pry his hands from the laptop panel or control panel, and you have Braun Strowman tracking him. No, damn it! I need to tell Corey Graves a joke. Fix it.
No, this would be the first one I could semi-disagree with you guys, because I look at it from a standpoint.
I don't want it to be bullshit. I hope it's right. I just from the history,
to me, he's got TV deals with CBS, ESPN, and I want to say Fox with this. Like, it's airing over multiple networks. So he doesn't want it to be how the AAF was. The AAF came out, and it started out great, and then no one really cared after the first week.
Is that all American football? Or
and it ended up filing for bankruptcy and getting bought out by the NFL. So he's gonna try to make sure his damnness that it stays after this season. Like, seriously. So I don't know how they're gonna do as far as like the recruiting mechanism and structure and so on and so forth, but he's gonna make sure that this shit lasts more than a season. So I can see it.
They've built for 2 years. They started 2 years out, like building up. So they got the infrastructure ready. It's not like they're starting a month before like they did with the old XFL. Yeah,
and it's a big, huge get that he got Oliver Luck, Andrew Luck's dad, as the commissioner.
Yeah.
So that's big because he knows how to run
connections and has connections
and
networks. So
yeah.
I already know that me and Scooter has a rivalry going on with our teams already. And the Los Angeles Wildcats, wow.
Rawr.
Wow.
They took away the San Francisco team from the last one for me, so I don't even have a team.
Oh. Well, you have the one that's in Levi Stadium. What are they?
That's the Niners for the NFL, though. I mean, for XFL.
Yeah.
LA has every freaking sport.
And
Don't get me
and
started.
Scooter is obviously a New York Guardian, so
Right.
we're already saying, come on, bring it.
I gotta say something about that. Okay. To me, it's very funny that there's two teams with basically to me the same name: New York Guardians, Washington D.C. Defenders. A Guardian and Defender is pretty much the same damn thing to me. I don't know, just me,
No,
but
they're not the same things. One
to me that
guard
is.
stuff and one defense stuff.
Touche.
Wait a minute, but is it me or does the new Guardians logo? It looks like the modern day Thundercat symbol.
What? Say that again.
Like to me, the New York Guardians little mascot, little logo, it looks like a 21st century Thundercat symbol.
I saw it last night. It looked weird to me, but I can't pair it up with what you're talking about right now. I don't know.
You don't know about the Thundercats? What the hell?
Damn.
I don't think I do, but yeah, your voice went
I
way
know,
up there.
What did you watch for your childhood?
What the hell? Yo.
Oh yeah, Thundercat cartoons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know the Thundercats. I thought you were talking about something else. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, I know you got to be very specific with me. My brain works on many different paths. Go ahead.
There's only one Thundercats.
No, I was thinking there's a Thunder basketball team, and I was thinking like Thundercat sport team or something like that.
What?
I know. Just go ahead.
And
Next time.
Kalinda, I was with you. We were going to go to shows together, and you totally abandoned me because you said, no, I'm a Raiders fan.
Oh. Hey man, I saw you watching Hard Knocks the other day. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, I'm from birth. I was a 49er fan, and I've been going through hardship since that fell apart in 2013. So, and the whole 2000 to 2010, they were horrible. So yeah.
I mean, if you're a fan of any football team, you're probably gonna accept the Patriots because their balls are deflated. You're gonna experience some hardships because I'm gonna say it. Football's a walk.
What? I mean, what?
Yeah, well, at specific times when they want a certain team to win by like 1 or 2 points, they can just miscall a play, so it's easy.
I'm saying that everybody says wrestling is fake.
I get what you're saying, and I'm telling you,
and I'm saying like bullshit. All sports are a walk.
No, this is what I honestly believe. I believe 3 of those 4 quarters are real. And then, and I don't mean like the 4th quarter's fake, I mean like the time allotted. And then that time of whatever, 15 minutes, so 45 of those minutes are real, but 15 of those minutes are bad calls or legitimate bad calls that they mean to make and things that they're doing to like rob the other team or help the other team that needs to get closer and come back to do so. And so they're basically calling it on the field and making it happen what they want to happen. And that's why I believe they have those things in their ear, because those people up top with all the money can tell them basically, okay, do this, do that. You can get away with this. You can get away with that.
And, you say that, but I'm gonna leave us with one more thing because we're not a football podcast.
I know, right?
This is a wrestling podcast.
And by the way, real quick, I thought you were talking about XFL, so that's what I was talking about when I said XFL doesn't have a San Francisco squad this year.
Yeah,
this time
and I'm just saying that the Patriots bought their championships. I'm just saying it's a walk.
I get what you're saying. And like I said, like the way you're saying work, they don't like put every play isn't a work. If they like make it seem real, and then the referees craft it how they want. That's how I believe it is.
All right, well, let's get off the.
But we both believe it's a work in some way. So.
Yes. And I think we just blew Kaliko's mind. I don't think he can say a football.
I don't think that's a revolutionary thing. I really don't.
As a Falcons fan,
I don't think that's revolutionary though. There's so many times that's been brought up. As a Kings and 49ers fan, I know I've seen 3 times where that happened to my team, where like legit bullshit, like obvious bullshit calls were called against us at the one time it needed, like when we caught the ball or something, like the one play that was riding on everything, and it would go against us like 3 times in a row. Unless we have a curse on us, that just doesn't happen unless they're trying to make it happen. So I've seen it happen.
Right. All right, your next piece of news, Mitch.
Okay, and last but not least, huge news. We're gonna. Oh wait, we're gonna save this for the AEW section. I think you said.
I believe so. Yes, if I.
Okay, so then that's it for now. So.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's all. Let's start up this. That's the end of the news portion of the show. Thank you, Mitch Mayhem, for the moment of mayhem.
Yes, sir.
And we are wrestling with AEW All Out. And they're already making headlines with their with something that happened yesterday.
I forgot a small news item. It has to do with AEW, but I'll tell them in a second. Go ahead.
All right, and Jon Moxley is out of the main event with Kenny Omega.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And I know you have some insight on that, Mitch.
Yeah, real quick to get this out of the way, in an independent thing, Jerry Lawler was going to fight Orange Cassidy and said, no, not doing it. And he also said, why the hell is this guy signed to AEW? Basically mocked him. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. Okay, so yeah, Jon Moxley, you all saw him at the G1 tournament, and he was, doing his thing, and then he came to back to America and was doing independence, and saw that he had a bad infection in his elbow. Like I forget what it's called, but it's bad. It can get bad if you keep wrestling on it. No, it's not that. It's something that literally it's worse.
It's like MRSA.
Yeah, it's worse than staph.
It's kind of like a staph infection, but it's something where it stays.
It's worse.
It's worse than a staph infection.
Worse. Yeah, then that's bad. So.
You can't get it. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyways, he came back to the East Coast, and he still had, he still had scheduling duties and stuff. And so instead of those matches, single matches, he did tag matches to where he didn't have to take as many bumps. But and then about a few days ago, he came to the realization it's too bad for him to wrestle at all. He was trying to get through until after All Out, and he can't get through, and so he has to have emergency surgery in a week. Yeah. And it's going to be a very quick, like a month or 2 healing time. He'll be ready for the first TV show. So, yeah, but who's going to replace him, right? I'm sure that's what everyone's asking. Well, I have your answer. Pac will be replacing him to face Kenny Omega.
Is it Pac or Pac?
Either one. It's your flavor, baby.
Like two Pac, right? Like
I say Pac, you say Pac. I say tomato, you say tomato.
Nah, it's the difference.
You say tomato. I say why you say tomato to me.
I think it's the same. Pac. Everyone says it differently. So.
And me and Kaliko were talking about this off air, and I was saying, is Pac really the best person to
I think it is Pac.
Replace Jon Moxley? I mean, just a couple months ago, he refused to do a job and walked out.
I don't think it was like that. No, there was more to it than that. I know there was.
But whatever happened there, the situation, he
Okay,
didn't
but
he didn't do his
if you think
schedule.
of
He was scheduled for appearance to
okay,
wrestle,
okay.
and he didn't do it.
No, they didn't have anything scheduled. It was just a talk thing. They were talking to each other, and they
Then
still
why did
didn't
they
work it.
announce the match with him and Hangman Page? It was literally a week before the match with Hangman Page.
I know. But hear me out. There's a weird way that things work because okay, just hear me out. Okay, damn it! What were we talking about? The phone threw me off.
Pac.
Okay, Pac. Yeah. About hold on. Okay, so situation with Pac is with how he remember how, like you said, last minute that happened. Okay, what's happening now? It's happening in. So he's paying it back. He's saying, "Oh, so you need me last minute? I got you." So I think it's fair turnaround, fair play. I think he's there for them in their time of need. Something happened in the past. We've moved on from that. They needed him now. He's there. And I argue he's the only possible one that can take up for Moxley in this short a period of time and still gain somewhat of a fanfare in terms of people still looking forward to that match. I don't think you could put anyone else in there that would be like, oh, this match is, oh, I really want to see this. I really don't.
I agree with you, Dale, but on the lines of, is he actually going to do the match? Because
oh, stop it!
Why would you do business with a guy that didn't want to work for your company?
It wasn't like
that's
that. You're that, and hey, if it was no, hear me. If it was like that, why would Hangman fly to damn UK in a 48-hour? Do you think he would literally drop everything and fly to the UK in a 48 hours? If he had been slighted them just previously. No, they worked something out. Obviously, they haven't told us, and they wanted to save Pac for later. That's what I believe.
AEW did that.
I believe
their own assets, not to.
No, I believe this was a mutual thing. They wanted to keep Pac hot and on top, and they said, you know what? We don't need you right now. It's beneficial for both of us if we do this. That's what I heard. It was benefiting both parties, not just Pac.
Alright, so
you can't shit on someone until you know all facts of the story behind it. Yeah.
Alright, so
give it time.
When he's in the ring wrestling Kenny Omega, I will give you your due, alright?
Okay, alright, fair enough.
Alright, so with that being said, it's official, Kenny Omega's wrestling Pac at All Out.
But you know what? I gotta say this real quick. You know what would be the best thing to do if this was somehow a fucking swerve? Oh my god, I will orgasm in my pants as a wrestling fan. We haven't had good shit like this in 20 years. If they do that and swerve us, I'll be like, okay, I'll clap.
Unfortunately, according to Debbie Love, shout out, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which is MRSA, is an infection caused by a type of Staphylococcus or bacteria that is resistant to many different antibiotics. These bacteria naturally live in the nose and on the skin and generally do not cause any harm. However, when they begin to multiply uncontrollably, an infection can occur and it can be contagious, so he had to be out.
And you know what? That sounds like what Pac or CM Punk had that he didn't get treated.
Yeah,
that sounds exactly like that.
It sounds familiar. And how do you know Punk didn't give it to Mox and but that's I'm not gonna go that deep, but I will say this.
The Illuminati conspiracy theorist.
The Illuminati. Pac
conspiracy theorist.
Pac was the highest name that they could replace because I always said this, AEW, that's why I was going to give them time because right now they're about 6 names high and there's a steep drop off from the 6th guy to the 7th guy. And that's why I give them time to build up.
That's why, like, I think they knew this coming in, and they're like, okay, it's going to be a year of us basically waiting for people's contracts to expire that we want to pick up. So there's going to be a year where we're going to have a pretty thin roster. That's what I'm pretty sure it is. Or like when they in May when they first came together as a company, they were like, all right, yeah.
Enough,
now they do, but if you realize and watch the first 3 or so pay-per-views that they did in shows, that's basically what the show was. It was very thin of a roster, and there was maybe a few big names, if that.
Yeah, but
my point is that they knew that going forward, they don't want to blow their whole wad. They want to be ready for TV and have names for TV. And they even said before this last month that I believe it was only 30% at that time, 30% of the AEW roster had even been revealed at all. So.
Right. Yeah. So first of all, thank you to Dr. Kaliko for that very detailed description of Jon Moxley's injury.
Yeah, right.
Whenever
we have some medical questions that we need him to search up, we'll have him be our doctor on the show.
Well, actually, that's a shout out to Debbie Love, who's a member of the Mania Club, and they do a lot of good stuff for like fundraising for Connor.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. Shout out.
So I was saying before you cut me off, Mitch.
I do it best, don't I?
Even though that they have the top guys, I really wouldn't worry about the roster at this time because I think that they have enough on the backside to make up for that with tag teams. They have a pretty stacked tag team roster. And the women's division is actually shaping up to be pretty good as well. So
I want to
them have that. You could be a little lighter on the big names, but you have big names, really big names in that marquee 1 or 2 match.
Here, I think what you're trying to say is there's more people there there's more people that we're gonna see make a name for themselves and come out of nowhere and go boom. Like there's more potential of that, and honestly, that's what AEW needs. Like if you bring in a name, that's one thing, and but if you make a guy on your TV, that helps extensively better. And
but they needed Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho.
Without doubt. But what I'm saying is, what if in like 5 years a Hangman or a Joey Janela or MJF are now seen in that kind of light, like main event tier, because of what they did in AEW in these years. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I could see that as well.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how wrestlers. Okay, but
there's no need to get hurt.
No, I mean for anyone who may disagree. So.
All right. So again, Kenny Omega is fighting Pac. Who do we think is winning?
Oh, come on. I'm going with Omega.
I'm gonna go with Pac because
I'm going with Omega.
Of the storyline is.
I think this is a favor. I think he knew that they did him a favor last minute. I think he's doing them a favor last minute.
I'm going with Pac as well.
Okay.
Because Pac don't job.
No job. Oh, so you're saying he's Mil Mascaras too? No job.
Oh, no. No job.
No job.
No job.
Pac is reigning Dragon Gate champion for a reason.
The next
match, that's true. Well, Dragon Gate, but okay.
The next matchup, AEW World Championship match, Chris Jericho versus Adam.
Okay, real quick, my brain tells me Jericho. Okay, no, I'm 50-50 on this because the experience and the TV exposure, Jericho, but we've already seen how biased they are towards their own. And Hangman, they want to build Hangman like that, so I'm going with Hangman.
Okay.
Only because of who's booking it, the Young Bucks and Cody.
All right. What about you, Kaliko?
I would go with Hangman because they need to build a champion.
Yeah.
But I also see Jericho winning because they need a champion.
They need a champion. Yes. Finish it. Say what you were saying. Sorry.
I wasn't saying anything, but
No, Kaliko was.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna say. I kind of figured they need a household name to bring in the
Don't
masses,
put your fingers in
and
there.
it would make sense if it's a chase.
Right. And I heard you say that, and I was like, bingo. And that's why I went silent, because I wanted to hear you say it. Exactly, dude. But yeah. So I agree totally.
I'm going with Jericho, honestly.
And you know what? I was going to say, this is not, it's 50-50 for me, because remember, before, I think a few weeks ago, I told you, I honestly think it should be, not that it's going to be, or like I wasn't making a prediction. I was just saying it should be Jericho because of the name recognition he brings. He's the only big name that everyone would know. Things like that.
Yeah.
So,
but I will say this: it wouldn't surprise me if it was Hangman Page. But
they have just handed everything to Hangman and the Young Bucks, everything of their own. It seems that they're very nepotist, and even Cody admitted to it. Yeah. So he said he even was jokingly asked about it, and he said, "I'm big into nepotism." Yep, he said it straight up. So
yeah, but even Cody is not a stupid guy, and I think even he realizes that Jericho is the bigger name in this scenario.
Yes,
it'll make Hangman Page a big name, but until they have a rematch,
they need a new big. Sorry.
Yeah, if they have a rematch, Jericho and Page, then it will be a big match because now Hangman Page is a top guy because Chris Jericho made him that top guy.
I agree. You need, like you said, you need more top names because you got Jericho, you got Moxley, you got Omega, and maybe one more, maybe not. But you need more. You need at least a fourth. And do it because you need next year a lot more people coming up the card. So I think they're going to be like competing for time pretty soon here in terms of like trying to get up the card. It's just depending on who gets the time and who hits it out of the park. Like, you know what I mean? Like back in the day,
Next match.
Because they have a lot less barriers on them. So yeah.
Next match on the card: AAA Tag Team Championship ladder match. The Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. I don't think it's probably a no-brainer that probably the Young Bucks are gonna win.
Okay, real quick, it's a I don't know this. I can speak Spanish. I forget it's a Spanish sounding ladder name or ladder match name, like Mostele is something, and so it's just and no, so anyways, okay. Last three matches. This is the fourth or third Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros AEW match, and the Young Bucks have won all high-profile matches. I think it's a no-brainer. You got it. If the Lucha Bros don't win, I wouldn't be there if I was Pentagon or Phoenix. So I think they have to win, and the Young Bucks haven't lost. So I think the Young Bucks are finally gonna look at the lights. For someone.
Am I the only one that thinks it's weird that they're having a tag team ladder match and it's not for their tag team championships?
Oh, absolutely. That's nepotism. That's bullshit. That's what angers me. Is they were talking about we're gonna change. We're not gonna be like them. They're doing exactly what the exact shit that I got mad at the other company for. So they're no better.
It's almost like Jared winning the Smoky Mountain Championship.
Bring the Rock and Roll Express in.
Exactly.
So, Kaliko, are you going Lucha Bros, Young Bucks?
I would think Young Bucks because they're the high name tag team.
Nepotism. Yeah.
For some odd reason, if they're in the States, the Lucha Bros don't do too hot.
I just think they owe the Lucha Bros one, and I think like they've been saying, okay, we got you on this one, because it's the Spanish-sounding ladder match name. I mean, come on.
I agree with you.
You gotta give them something.
They should lose to the Lucha Bros.
Absolutely.
But if they're actually gonna do it,
I agree with you.
My heart says Lucha Bros. My brain says Young Bucks.
Yeah, that's about right. With what I think, like my heart divides me from my mind in the Jericho and Kenny match, or Jericho Heyman match.
Next match, Cody Rhodes, just Cody versus Sean Spears with Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard.
I love how they brought Tully into this. Oh, I like it so much. Okay, obviously, I think maybe there's gonna be a dust up, and there's not gonna be a clear winner. I think it's gonna get bloody, and if there is a winner, Cody. But if not, I think there might be some like crap finish, maybe a dusty finish. I don't know.
Maybe Tully Blanchard interferes on behalf of Spears.
Maybe, but like I said, maybe it's a dusty finish, and maybe Tully accidentally hits Spears or something like that. I don't know.
Right, because Cody.
So I'm going with either Cody or a draw, or dusty finish.
Well, we've been crapping a little bit on the Young Bucks here, but Cody, since the beginning of AEW, he did go have a 30-minute draw match with Darby Allin, and he did take to the Young Bucks. So I will say that he's a little bit more lenient than the Bucks, but we'll
you know what? I think it has to do with he views himself as I think the main businessman, and he sits there with Tony. And so I think he views it like, if there is a Vince McMahon here, it's probably me, mind-wise, and I don't want to be using Mills and Kenny before making decisions on his matches. That's what I'm thinking, but who knows?
Yeah.
But even if that's so, I'm sure or would. But yeah, I believe Cody has enough integrity to say, I'm not going to give myself the win. What do you think? Honestly, what do you guys think we should do?
I think
with his friend, real quick, Sean Spears being his honestly really good friend, I'm sure they're talking about it and figuring out what's best for both of them and AEW.
Right. And, getting a win over Cody would definitely make Sean a little bit bigger.
Yeah. And the only loss Cody's had in AEW is the tag match with the Young Bucks. So.
Yeah, but that was his friends.
Right, but yeah. So I don't.
Right. And Kaliko, what are your thoughts? Who's winning this match?
As much as I would like Tessa Blanchard to come out,
I love Tessa.
That I think Spears needs to win. As he said, Cody's not a dirty player. He knows if it makes sense to tell the story.
He's a good businessman. He's his son's. Yeah, he's his dad's son.
He's the better storyteller wrestler out of all of them. So I give him.
Dude, there's not even close. It doesn't even come close. Like, he has his dad's psychology. He does. He really does.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. So I think Sean goes over.
And you know what I'm so glad about it? Because you know how everyone was talking about what kind of style will they be? Well, Cody straight up said there's going to be a little bit of something for everyone. You see the comedy from and Sean Spears and all those guys. So he has kept his word on that, and so far I trust him. He hasn't let me down in what he's told me. So
this is another for me. My heart says Sean Spears. My brain tells me Cody.
I have to go with Cody, but I do think there's going to be some kind of schmaz to where it's like going to look like it's either going to go to a draw or to a Shawn win or Shawn Spears win, and then something's going to happen. That's why I'm going to stay with draw. I just think something's going to like.
I'm going to lock it down. I'm going to say Shawn Spears wins.
Okay, but this is what I think. A draw of some kind of schmoz with Tully getting involved, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna go to either the first TV night or the second week of TV where they do the rematch.
Right.
So that's what I think.
Next match, the Best Friends versus the Dark Order, and the winner gets a bye in the Tag Team Championship tournament. Okay,
this is easy for me.
Me and Nico has been discussing this tournament for quite a while now.
I real quick. Can I really quickly just give my opinion on it?
Could I finish my thought first? So they're fighting for a bye in the tournament, but they had to win 2 matches to get that bye in the tournament.
But they were exhibition opportunity, so that's okay.
No,
I understand that.
Part of the tournament.
No, that's not part of the tournament. That's like the qualifying round for the King of the Ring. No, I get it.
If you say so.
Yeah, I see the legitimacy of it. But that's the thing. That's why I try to say things right when I think of them, because I forget them if I don't. I forgot. So, I'll let you know when I remember.
I'm going Dark Order on this match. What do you say?
You just light bulbed me. Okay. Here's what I have on this situation, on this topic. My mind, like you said, your mind and your heart go separate ways. That's me on this one completely. My heart, the Best Friends. I love Chucky T and Trent. But they are obviously pushing the Dark Order. I didn't know these guys before AEW, and that fat dude, that minion thing where they let him use them as a chair and shit as they're moving around, like they're a gelatin blob that forms for him. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna give it to him. That's kind of cool. But he just looks like a dairy-eating fat boy from Iowa with a mask on. So I hope that the Best Friends win. My mom that the Dark Order will.
And your thoughts, Kaliko?
I was just confused because I remember the announcers telling me that each when the Best Friends won, they got a bye. And now they're gonna fight.
Yeah, I thought they already had the bye. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought they already had the bye. So I'm like,
they must have reformatted it. They must have. I didn't even hear that part. I didn't hear them say that. They've already botched the booking.
Well, I would think it would be Dark Order because to me, I don't know if the Young Bucks are gonna be in the tournament, but I would think.
Real quick,
ask yourself to the finals. So they
wait, just real quick. The Young Bucks are in the tournament. They'll be wrestling. No reservations. What are they called?
I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, but they're in the tournament. Second week of the TV tapings.
See, that's my point. So I'm assuming Dark Order would have to win just to give that if they're going with the classic.
Real quick. Okay, so what you just said about the, I thought we heard that the against the Dark Order, if they were going to win against the Dark Order potentially, then why would they even have this match? Because they already had it, right? So why would they still make them if they weren't going to have them lose? So it's obvious, I think.
All right. So, Kaliko, I still didn't get your prediction. Is it the Best Friends or is it the Lucha Bros?
You mean, but yeah.
Because they used to be Super Smash Bros. So
I know, I got it. Yeah, that was funny.
I already said it would have to be Dark Order because
right.
They would have to
right.
make them come in this way. they would have to be like a finals team. They're not going to highlight a team like that unless they're going to be in the finals.
Right. They you could tell they were the standout team besides the Young Bucks. Like they obviously really want to go with them. And like we said, we both heard that we thought that the best friends already had the bye. So if they're saying, "Oh, this match is for the bye," then because if that was the case, they would have just already.
They would have just.
Exactly. They wouldn't have this match for
right.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
All right, next match: Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc and Darby
Oh,
Allin.
Jimmy Havoc!
Match, then
Jimmy Havoc!
This is gonna steal the fucking show.
This is easy for me. 100. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's it. God, Jimmy Havoc. That's it.
Is that because Jimmy hasn't won a match in AEW?
No, that's because Jimmy Havoc, I honestly can see Jimmy Havoc being a main eventer if they do him right within like 6 months to a year. I honestly can. He looks like a badass, the way he conducts himself, the way he talks, his character, if it's used right, it is the main event. It's money. Because his stature doesn't matter if he can cut you down with a proverbial chainsaw and, you know what I mean? Like,
no, an actual
it don't matter.
Chainsaw.
Yeah, so it don't matter how tall you are.
And what about you, Kaliko?
I'll just say Janela just for the hell of it.
Ah, boo!
You know what?
I mean,
if you're going with Janela and you're going with Havoc, I'll go with Darby Allin.
Okay, if you want to lose.
Is it too late to say Jungle Boy?
Luchasaurus.
You know what? It's totally fine because next, when we do the review show, I'm just gonna say, oh no, I had whoever won the match anyway, like you did last week, Mitch.
Sorry, the audio cut out on me in the middle of what you were saying. Say that again.
Whoever wins the match, I'm just gonna say, I had that guy from the beginning, like you did last week, Mitch.
Okay, you go ahead and do that.
Yeah. All right.
Even though I'm being honest when I do it, but I gotta make sure you guys hear it.
The next match is Riho versus Hakuri Shida.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, I will not. I know you wish I would, but I won't. So yeah, Riho.
Oh yeah, Rios is it? What's her last name?
She don't have a last name, sadly. What about you, Kaliko?
Can the ring blow up and it's a forfeit? Any of these guys. Rio.
All right, roll an agreement. Rio.
De Janeiro. No, okay, never mind. That was a.
No, that's a long way down the line. They haven't got to a main event. Rio De Janeiro. Yeah,
and that's not going to be happening in quite a. And that's not going to be happening long as burned. A lot of the Amazon burned in the last week.
Oh, it did? Yeah, I'm not up to date with my news.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
It was worse than California, and that's saying something. You know that.
Is saying something. Women's Casino Battle Royal. Winner receives a shot at the inaugural women's title.
Looking forward to, and that says something. I love these battle royal. I love like a Royal Rumble or this new Casino Battle Royal idea. I love these kind of matches. I just do. I always thought so.
Some of the entrants are Britt Baker, Jazz, Sadie Gibbs, Teal Piper.
Yeah, Sadie Gibbs is good. Keep an eye on her. Go ahead, sorry.
Swole.
Never heard of her.
Ariel Monroe, Brandy Rhodes, Nyla Rose, Ali, Yuka Sakatsuki, and Evelise.
Sakazaki.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
If I don't know them by heart, I just butcher the fucking names.
No, I understand. It's hard because, like, if you read in Japanese or other languages, like the pronunciation.
Oh yeah, it's super hard.
When you try to pronounce it in English format.
Any predictions of who's going to win this match?
There's open spots, I believe, right? There's
Probably.
like for surprises.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying count it because so if you see 20 names, if you don't see 20 names, that means there's some that haven't been announced yet, and that means
there's 11.
Okay, I'm going with someone who has not been announced yet. I don't know. It's just they haven't been announced yet. Have not been announced yet. I think there's going to be a surprise, someone that we aren't expecting. I don't know who. I just feel it.
So it's going to be Kota Ibushi.
Wait, is he in there?
Yeah, of course. He could pass for one.
Maybe Kong. Maybe Kong. If it's not Kong, then it's going to be Kota Ibushi. Then it's going to be a surprise entrant.
Alright, Kaliko, predictions on who's going to win.
Britt Baker, because she's the face of the goddamn.
You don't think Awesome Kong over Britt Baker?
I think Awesome Kong gets the women the Brandy Rose treatment to get in the match.
Hey, Daddy.
I think Brandy and Awesome Kong can double team and then give her the win. Maybe give Brandy the win. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Britt Baker, baby.
I would go with Brandy over Britt Baker, but okay.
True, but again, you know, they're already getting heat because of Cody and the Young Bucks, and she's openly using her power, abusing her power.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I think
I know.
Awesome, like any person that's going to be on her good list is going to get the title shot automatically. So that's why I think it would be a Britt Baker because
Allie's better than Britt Baker in terms of her history and like seasons of Impact. I think so.
How dare you?
Britt Baker has not had a thick history yet. On paper, she just hasn't.
You know what?
But she was the first.
Be in your position when you're on that dentist chair.
I'm just saying, but she might have that. I'm just saying, as of right now, she doesn't have the portfolio of past stuff that others like Allie do. Unfortunately, even Brandy Rhodes has more.
She's
her past.
Bigger than Allie at this point.
Bigger, but I'm talking about what more have you done? Like what had the experiences in wrestling? Even if they were like small little shows, but like ECW back in the day, you know what? Not ECW,
she's a fucking dentist, Mitch. She has a practice.
Okay, so she has a background in teeth, not wrestling as much. Like she doesn't wrestle. She didn't wrestle as much as the others did. That's what I'm getting at. You gotta do every day with that shit. It's repetition. Now she is, sure, but that's what I'm getting at. But other people, females, have had a longer time in the business in terms of every day hitting the mat. And that matters to me. So.
All right. Next match, and this is the pre-show match. Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
Oh, this is going to be a stealer. Okay, this is going to be a show stealer. I believe.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jack Evans. And,
I'm a big Private Party fan, but I've always been a Angelico and a Jack Evans fan.
Yeah.
So.
And the only time I've actually seen Private Party wrestle was the pre-show last time, and they really impressed me. So I'm hoping that
Mark Quinn specifically, with the guy with the blonde streaks with that spot. Yeah, he has
sunglasses.
He has star written all over him, in my opinion.
I'm going with Angelico and Jack Evans in this match. They've had a couple matches that they've lost, so a win here makes sense.
They're veterans. They're veterans that deserve a lot more than they've gotten in their careers. I'm also going with Angelico and Jack Evans, but it's going to be one hell of a match, and there's going to be a lot of spots where the Private Party almost get it, and it's going to be one hell of a match. But yeah, Jack Evans and Angelico.
And you, Kalika?
Private party for the upset because they got to start building.
Okay.
They got to put depth in that tag division.
But you can build them up without giving them the win. Like you can have them do everything, but you see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't see them going the Rockers mold with them. They have to like build a tag team.
But here's the thing: you can do that, and then wait until TV starts, and then start slowly giving them. Don't just boom them because you need to do a steady pace, especially with guys as young and green. Like they are not as thick as a lot of other wrestlers are yet in terms of their physique.
Like young bucks. I mean, an upset win.
I'm talking about their physique. Their physique. They look very green and physique-wise. They need more time, in my opinion.
But I mean, getting a win that came out of nowhere would mean a lot more to them.
But I think it hurts your career as a wrestler if you are put in the spotlight too early in your career, because then you're given. It's a lot harder for you to get a second chance at it because people have seen you, and then if you blow your chance too young, you haven't shown the world half of what you're capable of, and then you might not get the stage to show it again after that.
It didn't hurt the 1, 2, 3 kid. I'm just asking.
That's an exception. There's all the names that you don't know about that are the exact reason that I'm explaining. That is why that is a rule, in my opinion. But he's the exception, or a exception.
Okay, but Kaliko has the right to opinionate that he thinks.
No, absolutely. I'm not shitting it down. I'm giving my thought on his opinion. Yeah. I'm saying, I hear what he's saying, but it's just in my opinion, that's just a rare thing, So go ahead.
Next, that is our coverage of the AEW All Out, and now it's time to talk about We Are Wrestling with NXT UK Takeover. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see the first NXT UK Takeover. It looked like a good show, and didn't have time to watch it. But this one actually looks pretty good as well. So
honestly, sorry.
What?
I thought you were done.
No.
There's one reason, not one reason, but there's a standout wrestler as to why I watch NXT UK. Walter. I really don't care. I mean, other acts are good, but Walter just... why they have him isolated in NXT UK and not in the main NXT is beyond me. He is what they look for, I thought. Like a big, serious dude that can literally beat someone up in a real fight. And he's wrestled all over the world. He's been considered one of the best in the world for years before coming in WWE. So I just hope they don't sit on him for too long and then waste their opportunity with him.
Well, the reason that he's on UK NXT is the exact reason you just said, Mitch. They need some
localization,
name recognition for that brand in order to get people to watch.
Okay, but I just don't want him to be pigeonholed to where he doesn't have a chance to go to the main roster in a few years. That's all I'm saying. Because it feels like people like Tyler Bate and Tyler Bate and those feel like they've been pigeonholed. To me, I feel like they don't have a way out of NXT UK.
I don't think that's going to be the case for Walter, and that's just my opinion.
Right, and I hope it's not. I hope you're right.
And that brings us to the championship match. Walter versus Tyler Bate for the United Kingdom Championship.
And dude, yeah, that's. Go ahead. It was a great match, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to put their skill. It's hard to. Okay, so what I was gonna say was Walter is so big. It's hard to work with a guy that big, regardless. So hey, thumbs up to Tyler Bate for doing what he did. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm going with Walter in this match. I don't think there's any chance for Tyler Bate to win this match.
No, but he'll do some amazing shit. Like I said, watch. Yeah, he'll make it very legitimate in terms of his threat to Walter. Even though he's a smaller guy. So yeah, I'm obviously going with Walter. There's no way I'm going against Walter.
Walter, obviously. I mean. It just gives Walter name recognition for him to fight like the first UK champion.
Dude,
Because
Walter's like a whole UK Hulk Hogan, in my opinion, or can be.
I've seen him slap the shit out of people. So
I know.
But yeah, this is basically Walter's brand. I mean, they're giving him the torch the same way they gave Pete Dunne the torch. So it's gonna be a while before he.
Okay, wait, that gives me hope because Pete Dunne did get moved to the main NXT, so he wasn't pigeonholed, but he's the exception though. But you're right. Okay, that is one. Okay.
Okay, next match, Kaylee Ray versus Toni Storm for the NXT Women's Championship.
UK, Toni Storm.
Yeah, without doubt.
Big booty Tony. Hell yeah.
I love Toni Storm. I love wrestling and I love what you just said.
Next match, Wolfgang and Mark Coffey versus Zach Gibson and James Drake.
Wolfgang and Coffee.
Sure, why not? No, actually, there's more people in this match.
I thought you were. I was gonna say.
Yeah, Wolfgang and Mark Coffey versus Zach Gibson and James Drake versus Flash, Morgan Webster, and Mark Andrews for the NXT.
Mark Andrews and Webster.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, Andrews and Webster, the Mod Squad. Yeah, I like that. I like them to take it.
Kaliko?
We're gonna go with Wolfgang and Coffey.
They have a good chance at it. That's why I was like, that's still not a bad choice. But no, Andrews and Webster. Yeah.
Mark Andrews is a pretty good wrestler.
Damn good, and I like Webster. Even though that mod gimmick is stupid as hell, I like his wrestling's great. So.
Next match, Joe Coffey versus Bomber Dave Mastiff.
I'm sorry, Mastiff versus who?
Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey versus Mastiff. I'm saying going with Mastiff.
Really?
Yeah, Mastiff.
Maybe I'm not aware of how big this massive guy is.
They're pushing him. Okay. I think they are.
UK, man,
Yeah, he's a big burly bear, dude.
It's a different, like,
bro. They go with their sizes. They like their big bully guys, yeah. And he's a big bully guy.
They like them, dude.
Yeah, he's a thick'em.
The next match, Travis versus Noam Dar.
Oh, it's gonna be a good match. Noam Dar.
Really, I was thinking Travis Banks.
I'm going with Noam.
He's got the name and he's got the pose.
Yep, Noam Dar.
All right. Well, obviously, I'm alone cold on this island.
Well, we've been flipping. I've probably been the lone wolf most of this night in terms of our opinions. But so you got to take it every once in a while.
Yeah, sure. It makes it better when I'm right and you two are.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Alright, this actually looks like a good card, so hopefully it'll stack up and be an actually good show.
Honestly, NXT, in my opinion, has always been better TV than the main show, in my opinion. Better, like, in terms of the structure and how they write it.
And
that's what I mean.
Their previews in general are they're pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Alright, the next show we're covering is We Are Wrestling with New Japan Royal Quest. And,
I don't know much about this one.
Yeah. The IWGP Championship will be on the line as Kazuchika Okada will be defending against Minoru Suzuki. What are your thoughts on the match, Kaliko?
We're going to go with Okada. I mean, it's got to make sense Okada because Okada's the man. Okanos, rather.
Yep. So, Suzuki has no chance of winning this match.
Sorry, what you say? Who is Suzuki and who in the match? I didn't hear that last part.
Kazuchika Okada and Minoru
Oh,
Suzuki.
I am not ever betting against Okada. What the hell? What do you think I am? Okada.
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty. I just as a fan, I love Suzuki, and he's never held the championship. And
But not over Okada or Naito, in my opinion.
yeah, but Suzuki hasn't got that one-on-one victory over Okada, and I don't think it's going to be here. But you could still
No.
hope and wish, and it's
Maybe you can if you're a Suzuki fan, but I'm bigger of an Okada fan. He's a good wrestler. He's just I'm not into him like you are. I'm much more of an Okada guy, and I'm behind Okada all the way.
One can only pray that happens, but I doubt it happens.
Yeah, it'd be a great shocker. It would push someone new to the front of New Japan, and it would be good, but I don't think it'll happen.
One would have to gather the 7 Dragon Balls and summon Shenron to whisk Minoru Suzuki to beat Kazuchika Okada.
No need.
So we're
Next match, the RPW British Heavyweight Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. defending against Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Oh, this is going to be a good match, but I'm going to go with Tanahashi.
Really?
Zack Sabre Jr. He wouldn't put no damn title up if he knew he wasn't winning.
Well, I mean, it's 50-50, but
no,
I have to go with Tanahashi. I want to go with my heart is Sabre Jr. My brain is Tanahashi.
I think you need to have heart surgery, Mitch Mayhem.
Well, you like the guys you like. I like the guys I like. Let's keep it that way, okay?
This isn't even liking. It's just like the situation.
Hey, that's just everyone has their people. It is what it is.
Right now, Jay was rude every time Zack Sabre Jr. lost in the G1.
I have people like that I don't even ever want to see on TV. Like, I hate their existence in a ring. I get it.
No, Jay was high-fiving cats every time fucking Zack Sabre Jr. lost.
I don't even own a cat. I own a dog, though.
The cat's in your crazy dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you know about those? What are you doing?
I'm a psychic.
Yeah. That's 2 for Zack Sabre, 1 for Hiroshi.
Oh, that's why my feet are so sticky.
Boo.
You said, what am I doing in your head? Never mind, you didn't get it.
Neville Openweight Championship match, Tomohiro Ishii defending against Kenta. This could be a toss-up because Kenta might be having a championship match against Shibata, but Tomohiro might pull out a victory here, get a little bit of revenge.
I'm going with an upset with Ishii, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with it. I haven't done a real upset tonight, so let's go with an upset.
Kenta to build up the Shibata.
Wait, isn't this isn't this Kenta versus Ishii, or is it Kenta Shibata?
No, it's Kenta Ishii.
Kota Ibushi? Oh, then I heard you wrong. Kota Ibushi, I thought you were saying Kenta.
Ibushi, Mitch.
No, there's no Ibushi. It's Kenta versus Ishii.
Oh, it is what I thought. Okay.
But we're thinking Kenta's gonna win to set up the title match against Shibata.
Okay, you guys were saying like Kenta Sabashi or saying their names together, and I thought I was like, what? So it threw me off. Okay, gotcha.
Now we threw Shibata in there because of the whole Bullet Club.
I'm gonna stay with Ishii.
I gotta agree with Kaliko. I think Kenta. If Kenta wins, it is definitely going to be a Shibata match in the future. If Ishii wins, then it means possibly no Shibata match.
Right, and I think Shibata coming back to beat Kenta at Wrestle Kingdom is. I don't
know. I don't think he's gonna be ready to come back. I don't think he's coming back for a while. If he does, he's not ready. I don't think. But it was just for that time. It was just for that to build it up for if he does. I think I could be wrong.
But
Yeah.
it's best to go down that route and see if they can.
Hey, I hope so too. That'd be good TV, but I'm just saying.
Next match, IWGP Tag Team Championships. The Gorilla of Destiny will be defending against the winner of the Royal Quest tournament.
GOD. Okay, let's just on to the next.
Kaliko, what's your favorite fruit?
Squash, and it's a vegetable.
Google it. It's a fruit, damn it.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Hey Google, is a fruit
It's
or
a nasty ass fruit, if so.
Well, but it has seeds, so that makes it a fruit.
American squash contains seeds and develops from the flower
Hey!
plant. It is botanically a fruit. Do you a little more context?
get the
Botanically.
Thank you, Siri or Alexa.
Botanically. That's different.
It's confused
Google,
for vegetable. Other fruits frequently
Hey, Google,
veggies
shut the-
include tomatoes,
Ah!
eggplant, and cucumbers.
Doesn't that
Hey,
thing have
Google.
an off switch?
Stop. I just asked him if it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Dude, I don't have those robots in my home yet. That's too freaky for me.
Yeah, you know,
I'm still too old to deal with that shit.
Well, there's so much shit you gotta prove to your wife, so therefore
Oh,
I
I gotcha. Okay.
have to get access to like verification.
I see. Okay. When I was young, I used to do be good on computers, but
I'm
yeah.
tired of having to type Google when I
Since
can get
25, I got lazy.
in
I didn't have to prove it to anyone.
In a couple years, when Skynet activates, Kaliko will be one of the first victims.
or when Space Force pops off, I'll be the lieutenant. You never know.
Yeah.
As long as I get to be the John Connors, I'm fine with it. I will bear that burden.
It's better than the John Bobbitt.
Still can't believe a fruit squash is a fruit.
Believe it. Bang.
What?
Alright, so that concludes our coverage of all the shows that are happening in the next week. Unfortunately, Scooter Dust obviously had issues getting his passport, could not join us. Hopefully he'll be back next week. And that shall conclude. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, comment on both YouTube and Castbox. It's greatly appreciated. I think that the audio was really good this week with maybe a couple of hiccups, but hey, what are you gonna do?
But greatly improved, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, exactly. So just for that, give us a thumbs up, comment that it was great, subscribe. Both on YouTube and Castbox. And you can find us on Twitter as well. You can find me at JamesJ993. You can find Kaliko at.
I'm Kaliko, all in Becky Lynch's DMs, trying to get her to reconsider.
With Seth Rollins about ready to kick your ass.
Who would you think is going to win that match, Mitch?
Becky.
And where could they?
And you can find me at Mitch Mayhem X.
And you could find Scooter Dust at Scooter Dust.
On the road with a beer. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
And hopefully you could tweet him. Why was he on the damn show tonight? And that shall do it. Next week we'll be covering more of the same shit that we've been covering this week. Hey, all our predictions going to shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready for the outro.
And this has, for my co-hosts, Kaliko Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, this has been Wrestling Wit. Entertainment.
Hoo-doo-hoo.